Big upset here.
I'm waiting to see if
as Luke Campbell loses his undefeated record as a professional in his.
He did not look good. Luke Campbell did not look good.
Unluckiest fight night yet. 12 rounds, and it was a split, but it was split in the way you saw it, Paul.
It wasn't. Listen, that doesn't mean that.
I'm interested to see what Luke Campbell has to say. If you don't know who Luke Campbell is, 5'9", he fights between 135 and 140 pounds. He fought a fighter, a Frenchman by the name of Ivan Mendy, and basically Luke Campbell just got outworked. He was on the back foot for 90% of the fight. His punches, like he's now 12-1 with 10 KOs. He's 28 years old, and it's hard to see where he goes from here because now he's got to go back to rebuilding his path to the 135-pound title. And okay, he's going to give a post-fight interview. I'm interested to hear what he has to say. Also, I was surprised. I didn't know that he didn't have his front teeth. Did anybody notice that? You know, maybe you guys over in the UK know.
The result in the end.
I feel as though I won the fight, but I'm not one of the judges scoring the fight ringside. I feel as though I was catching him a lot and two-handed body, and clocking the odd shot now and again. But it was after I hit him with a combination. Like I say, I'm not a judge refereeing the fight or anything. So all I can do is get in there and do the boxing.
At the same time, you were hit much more often than any time in the past, and you were knocked down in the 5th round.
Yeah, it's it was a good lesson. I showed a lot in there, and like I say, I still feel as though I did enough to win the fight. But it is what it is. I'm one of these. I'm a perfectionist. I want to go back to the gym and work even harder if that's possible.
So you're offering no excuses about your performance this evening?
No, there's no excuses. I feel as though I did enough to win the fight, but I'm not a bit sat here giving excuses. It is what it is, and I give it everything I've got.
You've not had a chance, obviously, for it to sink in. Will you be calling for a rematch with Mendy?
Yeah, I don't care what fight. Like I said, I've always said I'll fight anybody. This is my team.
No, want the rematch.
Apart from me, and I'll walk it.
Want the rematch. It's a shame that like he was such a high regarded UK prospect, and for him to lose the way he did by getting outworked by a by who was supposed to be a journeyman type fighter. Ivan Mendy in the past has fought Victor Postol, lost a unanimous decision. But Luke Campbell, it just doesn't seem as though he has the punching power to keep a pressure fighter off of him. Like I said, he went down in the 5th round, and it just looked like he had maybe he had a bad camp. Because he just didn't look good. He just didn't look crisp. Like his punches didn't. He usually, like his punches, especially in his fight with Tommy Coyle, his punches were clean and sharp. This was not a sharp Luke Campbell by any means. Will he rematch? Will Eddie Hearn put him in a rematch? I think he should. It's a fight that he can win, but I doubt that he'll be fighting Ivan Mendy again. And it's a shame because he's 28 years old. I believe he's fought 4 or 5 times this year. And they were really trying to fast track him to a world title fight. But now he may not get another world title fight. He may not get a world title fight until he's 30 or maybe, 31. And he's got to keep winning. It's a shame, but it is what it is. Former Olympic gold medalist, never been down before in his career up until tonight. From my understanding, he's never been down in the amateurs or in the Olympics, and now he goes down to a journeyman. It just looks like to me, like I said earlier, he had a bad camp. But shout out to Ivan Mendy. I don't know where he goes from here. I guess maybe I guess Eddie Hearn will maybe use him as being like a stepping stone for other fighters in his stable. Who knows? Maybe we can see him against another 135-pounder who fought last night, Felix Verdejo. But I'm not going to go and bore you, and plus I want to get back to the card. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. I'm covering the card, covering the Derek Chisora fight, covering the Tony Bellew fight. I may have to skip out on the Kevin Mitchell, and of course AJ versus Dylan White, and then we got the PBC on NBC. We also got Jose Benavidez. It's going to be a long day. But T Street Controversy, this is T Street Controversy Live. Please subscribe.